Greetings and welcome to another CXO leadership video, Social Engineering Explained. What is social engineering? This is a question that is often misunderstood by individuals, small and medium-sized organizations. In this video, we will review what is social engineering, typical methods used, and how to protect yourself from these attacks. But first, a word from our sponsor. AITS Corp helps organizations in healthcare, nonprofit, K through 12, and higher education protect sensitive and irreplaceable data, whether it is one computer or many physical or virtual servers. AITS Corp enterprise backups can help. The HIPAA, FERPA, and SOX compliant backups help protect your data from loss and ransomware. Get started today. Simply write to info@aitscorp.us, call 240-396-2111, or visit www.aitscorp.us. Don't wait to suffer a loss before you start backing up your data. Back to today's topic. Throughout my career, I have had the opportunity to see many examples of social engineering. Social engineering is about exploiting the weakest link in the cybersecurity chain, human beings. People, for the most part, try to be helpful when someone approaches them and asks them for assistance. For example, it is very likely that if an individual working for an organization receives a call from someone impersonating a technical support engineer, they might be tempted to help. Whether you are an individual, a company with 1 or 1,000 employees, you need to stay vigilant. And remember, the following methods a person with malicious intent can use against you. The first one is phishing. According to the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, phishing is defined as a technique for attempting to acquire sensitive data, such as bank account numbers, through a fraudulent solicitation in email or on a website, in which the perpetrator masquerades as a legitimate business or reputable person. The most common example of phishing is found in emails that organizations receive pretending to be from a bank or internal department like human resources that essentially trick you into divulging sensitive information. These emails tend to be sent to a lot of people within your organization and can also be sent to many organizations at the same time. There's other types of phishing. So phishing, for the most part, is sent to many people within the organization as well as many organizations, right? But then you have something that's called spear phishing. Spear phishing, on the other hand, is slightly different. Spear phishing attacks tend to be targeted to individuals within a company. They tend to be a bit more personalized and can also appear to originate from someone within your organization. These emails typically request sensitive information like user IDs and passwords. Another tool that social engineers use is malware. Merriam-Webster defines malware as software designed to interfere with a computer's normal function. A social engineer might trick you into installing malicious software into your computer like a Trojan horse, a keylogger, spyware, etc., in order to acquire the information they want from you. Malware can arrive via email as an attachment, can reside on a compromised website and automatically download as soon as you visit that compromised website, and can even be accidentally downloaded by you if you are not paying attention. Even today, there are methods social engineers use that are a bit antiquated. So let's move on from malware and let's talk about dumpster diving. The act of going through a company's trash to look for sensitive documents that contain private information is not new. However, it is a method that is still being used. This is why it is very important to remember to always shred documents that contain personal or confidential business information before discarding them. A malicious actor is unlikely to go through the trouble of piecing the shredded documents together, but the intruder will certainly use documents that were not destroyed. Finally, we are going to look at piggybacking. How many of you have run into the following scenario where you are about to walk into a corporate building, and as you swipe your card, you hear someone behind you say, "Can you hold that for me? I have my hands full." The person behind you enters the building without having to scan their security badge, thus piggybacking on your access. Again, this is a scenario that takes advantage of the helpful nature of a lot of people. However, it is something that you have to watch out for and avoid as much as possible. Now, how can you protect yourself from social engineering attacks? First, never click on an attachment found in emails from individuals you do not know. You should never have admin privileges to begin with, right? So there are other security controls that can be implemented. Typically, within a corporate environment, if you're using an account that does not have administrative privileges. Why? Because if you accidentally click on a attachment and download it, you will not be able to install it. However, if you are a small company or a small business that does not have an IT department and you happen to be using an account on your local system that has administrative privileges, my recommendation is that you create another account that does not have administrative privileges. Use that account on a regular basis and only use the account with administrative privileges whenever you need to install software that you know is valid. Second, always forward suspicious emails to your cybersecurity team for analysis. This is very important. If you are a company that does not have a cybersecurity team, there are other options. You can always reach out to me in private message, and I'll be happy to recommend organizations or companies that provide cybersecurity services that help secure and improve the security posture within your organization. Number 3, never give your password to anyone over email, online forums, or over the phone. Your technical team will never ask you for your passwords. Our next best practice is remember to shred any document that contains sensitive and private information before it is discarded. I highly recommend that you buy yourself a shredder. Okay, go to Home Depot or Office Depot or your favorite office store and buy yourself a shredder. It is critical that you shred any documents that contained personal identifiable information, PII, or any sensitive information before you throw it away. My next tip is avoid others piggybacking on your access when entering a secure building. If you're about to enter a secure building and you scan your badge and you hear someone behind you saying, "Hey, please hold the door for me because my hands are full," okay, do not let them go in without a security badge, because you could potentially be allowing a perpetrator inside a secured area. Never leave voice messages containing sensitive or private information. Always state that you will call back at a later time when you can actually speak to the individual. Finally, avoid filling out surveys that disclose private and sensitive information like your place of birth, favorite color, favorite vacation spot, etc. You might think you're playing a game, you might think it's fun, but in reality, what you are doing is you're providing a lot of sensitive information that someone else can collect, gather from you, and use to impersonate you, to create bank accounts, to take money away from you, or many other really bad scenarios. So at all costs, I highly recommend that you avoid filling out these surveys, even if they seem that they're just for fun. This concludes our overview of social engineering. Remember to like, subscribe, and share if you like this video. And don't forget to comment and continue to share ideas for videos that are of help to you and those around you. Until next time.